In this video, I will discuss the following topics: access Azure DevOps, create the organization, create the project, project contents, and finally delete the project. Let's do each topics practically. To access the Azure DevOps, if we know the URL, we can type it here at the here. But if we don't know, we can type it at the Google Microsoft DevOps. When you type Microsoft DevOps, the first link that you see is Azure DevOps. Click on Azure DevOps. Here, Azure DevOps. We get started with Azure. Click on this link. When you click on this link, here try Azure for free, or you can enable pay as you go option. You want to, you can choose one of these. Okay, for in this training video, I select try Azure for free. When you click this option, it will open a form to create your profile, create your username and password. Once you create your username and password, you will be directed to the Azure DevOps. Since I already created the username, I already created my profile including the username and password, so it says that looks like you already have an Azure account. I already have account. It doesn't bring me the form or the profile to create. But if you are new, if you are first time with the Azure DevOps, then a page will be open. You will enter your profile, you are including your username, your password, and other information, and your profile will be created. Okay, I already have an account. If you already have an account, then the next time when you created your profile, the next time you don't need to follow these steps. Just at the URL, type the URL of the URL to access the Azure DevOps is dev.azure.com. You can type it at the search bar and hit enter. This is the main page of the Azure DevOps to create the project. This is one way that we can access the Azure DevOps. The other way, if you are using Azure Azure Cloud, you can also access your Azure DevOps through Azure portal. Okay, I already have account at the Azure portal. I want to access my account and open Azure DevOps through Azure portal. To do that, type at the URL, at the search bar, type the URL portal.azure.com. Hit enter. This is my Azure this is my Azure profile. To open Azure DevOps, at the search box at the top of the page here, type DevOps. At the list here we have Azure DevOps organization. Click on that. Here the first link that you see, my Azure DevOps organization. When you click on this, you will be directed to your Azure DevOps. Select your organization or create your organization from here and start your working. This was the other way to create the to access the Azure DevOps. The first thing that when you access Azure DevOps, the first thing you need is to create a new organization. You can create the new organization here by clicking new organization. Click on this. You can read this information. Take this option and click continue. Type your organization name, select the country, and type the character to prove that you are not a robot. Remember that your organization name should be unique. If it's not unique, it doesn't let you go ahead. Once you type a unique organization name, you select the country, you type the character, you can click continue, and the organization will be created for you. I don't want to create the organization now, since I already have one. Okay, when you create your organization, the next option that you see is create a project. to start our actual work, we need to create projects. We can create as many projects as we want inside the Azure DevOps. To create the project, here you need to give a project name. You can give the description, whatever you want. You can define your project, or you can leave it blank. For the visibility, we have private. Now in the Azure DevOps, we can create only private a project only. Earlier we were able to create public projects, but now Microsoft recommended if you want to create public project, we can use other options like GitHub. But for the Microsoft DevOps, after 2022, after December 2022, we are not able to create public project from the DevOps. We need to create our public projects with the help of GitHub. Okay, the visibility is private, and click on advanced here, version control. Version control is the repository of our project. How we want to manage our repository. Here we have Git, we have Team Foundation version control. We will discuss these two options when we practically do the repository. For this training, I select Git work item process. Here we select our work item for the project management. We will discuss each of these items when we do the Azure boards. For this training, I select basic, and once we gave a name for the project, we select the visibility, the version control, the workspace. When we click on create project, it takes a few seconds and the project will be created. And finally, we have created a project. When you create the project, you have different options here. The overview, summary, dashboard, wiki. These are some information things that you overall about the project. The main important content, the Azure DevOps is Azure boards, that we can create boards, work item, and manage the overall projects. Repository, we can create repository and store our project files. We can create the pipeline. We can create different pipelines. We can create test plan and artifacts. we will discuss each and everything, and we will practically implement this option in our next videos. And this was the way that we can create the project. If we have at this time, I have only one project 01. If I want to create another project, here at the top of the page, on your organization name, click on your organization name. It shows our projects that we have. To create another one, we can create a new project. You can give the name, description, and select the version control, work item, process. Once you select this option, you can click create. And the second project is created. We have the same options: boards, repositories, pipelines, test plan, and artifacts. Okay, if we want to delete a project, here we have a project settings. Click on project settings. At the overview page, here scroll down to the bottom of the page. Here we have delete project. Click on delete project. To delete the project, enter the project name. You can enter the project name. You can write the project name, or you can from the here that shows your project name, you can select it, copy, and paste it here. Once you type your project name or you paste your project name, then you can click delete, and the project will be deleted. It shows here, but if you refresh it, the project will be deleted.